Hi, welcome. We've got two scary matches on the horizon that both users want to play tonight. This one is a Legends Cup match away against a team in second in EFA. I don't know. I think the main thing really is just it's an opportunity for us to gauge where we're at. And I guess the big decision at this moment, and it's really hard to not go with it really, a big decision at this moment is, does Lindemann start in AMC? New signing, he's not proficient in the position, he's learning it, but he's just played his debut and got a 10 and scored 2 goals, so what can you do? I think you just got to stick with it. So anything else will just result in regretting that you didn't do it if it doesn't work out. At least if we do this and he gets a 5 or whatever, then you're like, well, so be it, we made a mistake and we'll learn from it in the future. But I don't see how you can not start somebody who's just got man of the match and 2 goals in the previous game on their debut. I just don't see how you cannot do it. So we've got to do it. So we're going to do it. And let's go. Let's go. So in fact, he might potentially even should be the penalty taker, by the way. Don't know about that. Maybe not. So, not sure about that. I guess it's... Oh no. How's it going? A bit of a sort out to get used to. Yeah, on top of it now, I hope. Yeah, well, yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to have that conversation. Right, so let's get things sorted out first. Too busy chatting away, not paying any attention, and I don't know if we would have changed anything or not, but we might have. I was lucky because I think he's made a substitution to go more defensive because he got the goal, and then we've managed to score. I think we should slow the tempo back down there because I think we're a bit fortunate to score. I'll just quickly check that, so I'm not bullshitting. 1, 2, 3. Nope, I'm lying. Why do I think I got 4? Oh, because one of them was a 2-1 win, which felt very grindy. It felt like we ground out that. But yeah. Let's quickly get our team sorted out. Too busy chatting, need to get the team sorted out. You know what? I mean, it's a cup match, right? We can't burn a substitution now. This is the thing. We got to, and look how tight the match is. Basically, we've got to. There's a very real chance this could go to extra time. So, you know. So I think we have to, you know, basically proceed on that basis, if you like. I'm just pausing because I really don't like the fact that they've just done a fair bit in these past minutes. But I don't know, we can set up a bit more defensive, but I just don't know if that's a good idea, but we'll. I don't think it is, because I think our team is optimally balanced to just be a little bit on the attacking side with our team that we've got out there. We really are not doing much here. I think we're very lucky to have got that goal, and oh no. I do feel like we're on edge of it. I feel like we need to use another substitution, or they just have as well. So we definitely have to now. And I feel like we're doing okay. It's like we're in it, and I don't really know if we can expect to be doing more than that. I hate to think how much more their team's worth than ours. So, you know, we could change it to go more defensive, but we've got a real problem then if we concede. I think we just have to do a change that allows us to be flexible tactically. And I think Lane's just kind of got to come off because he's not going to last the match anyway. We could sell on a fresh defender. I guess we want to bring on... I think we want to do this. We'll bring on Paulinho. He should be the penalty taker. Because if it goes to penalties, he's our best penalty taker. This is what I was thinking in the back of my mind. So it's probably a little bit presumptuous at this point, but I think it is a factor that does come into play here if you're bringing on substitutes. I think it has to be a factor this late on in the match. Like, maybe not the determining factor or the main factor, but just a factor, how good they are at taking penalties. I do think we just want to get to extra time at this point, so we'll just close down a bit in case that helps make the difference. It might punish us a little bit for the extra time, but I think I'll back ourselves tactically. And they've made 3 subs and we've only made 2, which is a factor here as well, because if they get an injury now, it's going to really work against them. But now that we're there, I think we can back off again. And I think we can take this. We'll save our pause time. Pause just before the end of work out our penalty takers. So I think at this point, let's just quickly though check handage. Vantage, footprint, oh, and Farina, oh my gosh, please, just let me go, and Farina, so basically, it's Pantic is definitely the penalty taker. I think realistically, he could take one, and Montez probably wouldn't, so I think that could be a thing to do. And I do not know what that is. Seems very weird to me. I really hope we don't lose to that formation because that seems super random. Maybe it's some new Roy Jazzy tech, super advanced tactic, and we're about to lose to it, but I hope not. I think we want to leave Pancic a chance to make an impact here as well, and I guess the other option is Mallet, but he's probably going to take a penalty, so he should stay out there. And Montez probably definitely wouldn't take one of the first 5, so I guess this is the sub. Can that be right? Honestly, just thinking, is that match bugged or something? I just can't believe that. Maybe it was just bugged. Never know. Can ask him. I think we just press now as well. And really it is just the case that we just want to get to penalties at this point. And try our luck. I think we know that Pewit, just writing this down there, Pewit, Lindemann, Paulinho, Pantic, and Mallet probably are the first 5, but we should quickly check the others before the end of the match. We're actually coming into the match a little bit this last 10 minutes. Let's just pause. Alright, we're going to check our other players quickly. He's viable, so Rubio could take one of the final few. Not the last, whatever, just think. Shawley's probably worse. We're looking at finishing and technique and at the moment mostly. Alright, so he's at the moment, he's last. So Anya, we shouldn't get confused because we got Anya and Boinger. He's last. Gazile. Oingu is last. Alright, I think we got it. So let's continue because we're going to need that seconds to actually put it together. It would be funny if they scored. Okay. Right, so we want Paulinho, Mallet, Lindemann, and I think we want some order here. We want Mallet and Pantic. Yeah, so Brazil should definitely not be there. So we got Paulinho, Pantic, Lindemann, Mallet, Rubio, Bazile. Anya was one of them, and we wanted Rubio. Pewitt should be one of the first 5. Mallet, then Anya, then Rubio. And then I think we said Bazile. Oh. Did we get them in? Oh man, and Palomni's missed. Our best penalty taker missed. That's it, is it? Oh well, we took them to penalties, and what can you do? I think this is the second time when we played a much bigger opposition and managed to get them to penalties and lost. But yeah, I think really it was just over before it started the penalty shootout when we've only got one genuinely good, or maybe Pantic is pretty good as well actually. So we kind of got 2. Well, when your first penalty taker misses, it's just not good basically, especially if they're your best penalty taker. So yeah, just unfortunate, but what can you do? It's just luck of the draw at that point. And I think, was it our? I think it's our old goalkeeper that's beating us there as well. Is it? I think it is. I'll check in a second. Just finish this match up first. So I think what happened? Obviously we lost a penalty shootout. I do think it was the correct game plan though, essentially from the point where we had pulled that goal back, the whole rest of the match beyond that really just hinged upon let's not concede a goal, and let's, if we happen to sneak one against run of play, we'll just somehow convert that into a win if we can. But ultimately the whole game plan really was just let's not concede, which basically meant the whole game plan was let's just take it to a penalty shootout and hope that it worked out for us. I think by and large our team isn't really a great penalty taking team, so the whole tactic to try to get to a penalty shootout arguably isn't really the best one. It's a separate consideration for us in the future there. As for the match itself, we got that early knock. That's kind of really unlucky, especially in a cup match, and especially in a cup match where your game plan is to get 2 extra time and penalties. It makes it even more unlucky to get that knock at the start than in a regular league match. So very, very unlucky. And then they weren't really creating a lot, and then they've scored, so they're pretty lucky to do that. But then what I feel, especially in a cup match, in a league match it again, for the same reasons why we're unlucky to get that knock, at the same reasons why I think it's not really, I don't think from a risk-reward perspective that this sub is worth it at this point, because you got so long to go if it's a cup match, in a match that clearly was tight, and if you do it, and then what if we score straight after? Then what? It's like you've used it for nothing, and that's exactly what happened. Luckily for us, basically that decision kind of offset our misfortune, which meant that really, as the match then proceeded to play out, we weren't at this material disadvantage in regards to them having 3 substitution resources and us only having 2. So that actually sort of offset our misfortune, and then we were back on equal terms, both in terms of scoreline and in terms of substitution resources. And I think, yeah, I mean, they were outplaying us. You know, arguably they deserved to win in normal time. They did enough to score a second goal. In fairness to us, we also did enough to maybe nick a goal ourselves, and potentially get a cheeky win. Well, obviously, you look at the stats and whatever, they had more. Pick your number, whatever number it is, they had more of it than us. But you know, I think that's just always going to be the case. They had a much better team than us, so we just got to play accordingly. I think for us, we did all right, really. We ultimately did what we set out to do, which was get to a penalty shootout, really. So just hope that we get lucky, and we didn't. And then for the final thing to check, no, it's not our. We had Fabio Cudicini, so it's his son, Carlo, who is pretty good as well, seemingly, especially in penalty shootouts, it seems. So, yeah. So that's it. Our Legends Cup journey finished at the hands of Roy Jazzy. So that's us done for this match, and I think we got another cup match. I think Reno Calcio wants to play, and I think they're another really good team, and we're away in that one as well. So another tough match. Hopefully, let's see how we go. But the good news for us is basically that, you know, I think we could hold our own in regards to not getting relegated in any Division 1. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I think we can scrap out results, we can scrap the odd win, we can get draws. I think we can do enough to survive the drop in any Division 1. So I think that's a good sign. So anyway, cheers, thanks for watching, and catch you for the next match.